welcoming innovation and new ideas from those we employ and serve. Welcome to Chicago at Play.
The Chicago On-Screen Local Film Showcase is a new initiative this year. It's part of our very popular Movies in the Park series. And it's an effort to get more local films into our local parks. With the help of Selection Committee, we have narrowed it down to 16 films that will be showing in 6 parks over 3 weekends in September.
Filmmakers from Chicago submitted a vast variety of movies for consideration, most about the Windy City.
The goal was to feature movies in neighborhoods that inspired them or neighborhoods where they were filmed. So we have one film that is about a teenager in Pilsen showing in Pilsen. And we've got movies trying to fit into neighborhoods where they make the most sense and where we can serve the community best.
I went to Northside College Prep, the best school in the nation, but louder than Obama's where I got my education, learned to listen. Heard another side of the equation, saw the power of the spoken word for massive integration.
When I was younger, my mother and my father were drug addicts.
Louder Than a Bomb is an annual poetry slam event, first and foremost, that happens in Chicago. It started in 2001 and has kind of been steadily building ever since. We made a documentary about the event entitled The Film Louder Than a Bomb as well.
You know you ain't wrote nothing. Ain't nobody stepped up with me.
Sometimes I just look at kids and I see potential in this kid, that this kid could just do great things.
The film is really about young people in Chicago finding their voice, learning to communicate their personal stories through poetry.
So the emphasis on local documentaries is wonderful. That's gonna bring people together so much. I love the whole thing about being outside in the park too. There's a good community vibe to that.
So for me, Fanfare for Marching Band is about the hidden magical potential that exists parallel to everyday life. It makes a lot of sense for the Chicago Park District to start featuring their work in these Movies in the Park series. I think it's a great idea. I'm very excited that, especially young audiences, kids, I think a lot of kids come to the Movies in the Park series, and I'm very excited for kids to be able to see our film.
We actually have a really great variety included this year. We have documentaries, features, shorts, narratives. We kind of cover a lot of different genres and a lot of different levels of filmmaker. We have professionals, amateurs, and students.
The films will run September 5th through 20th. You can find a list of films and the parks you can watch them at on chicagoparkdistrict.com.
For me, I think that the Park District, having the film and showing it in public parks is really awesome, just because sort of the greatest public resource that we have in this city, and I think sort of as a culture. So to have them in that place that so greatly engages youth and that greatly uses public space, I think is really important.
It'll just be a great way for us to interact with the local community on a really casual, friendly environment and be able to talk about the film, maybe answer any questions people might have about how we made the film.
I think it's great what the Park District is doing. To have these films kind of go out into the parks, into the neighborhoods, and reach people who may not get to see our work is really gratifying.